Hi, everybody. Welcome back, or welcome if this is your first time here. We are working on Sunshine Tidings Co-Op today. Thank you so much for everybody who voted in the poll and chose this as our next location. I'm very excited. You can hear in the background we've got Professor Goodfeels, I think his name is, just kind of wandering around. Where did he? I hear him. There he is. Professor Goodfeels. I love him so much. This location is such a cool one, and I'm really excited to get started with it. So I think we should just jump in by scrapping, and we should also set up a recruitment beacon. I don't think there is one here yet. This was one of those that are unlocked by somebody, I think it was Preston, by somebody being like, oh, I have friends that would go to this location. So we had 2 people here kind of automatically without needing to set this up yet. We will go ahead and set it up. And I also think this is a good location for, where are the traps? It's been a while since we were at a normal settlement because we spent the past 4 in Vault 88. But I think this is a good location for like cat and dog. So we will try and catch some of those too. Okay, we have lots to scrap, which is great if you're not using the God mode cheat like I am. Having trees and stuff to scrap and get that wood is super helpful. I think I'm going to try to reuse a lot of the shacks because A, we have a limited building size. So we can't, let's scrap the wild potatoes because I don't think those do much for us. We have a limited building size, so I want to reuse the buildings that are already here. Oh, we already got another person. And that's putting us over the water limit. Let's pop. Wow, I am so rusty at these normal vault resources. Let's pop that down there because I do have an idea of where we can do the like bigger water pump. This shack we can get started with right away. This shack is obviously intended to be a bathroom, and I love that. Truly, I love things that exist like this with just the cinder block, and like it's functionally an outhouse. We're not going to keep it as an outhouse, so we can go ahead and scrap these things. Bathtub's kind of useless here anyway, because what I want to use this for is actually like an entry. Now that we've done Vault 88, we have unlocked this security desk, and I think this would be a nice like what's the word I'm looking for? Entry, like processing, when you like get to a new location and you have to enlist, onboard. I don't know the word I'm looking for. It'll come to me a little later. But my thinking is you come to Sunshine Tidings Co-op and it's like this big community. And so you would have to come here to like get some information, check in, like get some resources. I actually think we should do some flooring down here first because otherwise we're just in the dirt and that's not great. Would this fit in here? Ooh, I think it will. We'll get a guard, because this is technically a security desk, but I just really love that it's a desk we can assign somebody to. Because I think the idea is that Sunshine Tidings would take in anybody. Like if you're just passing through or you're a trader and you want to see what they've got. But you would have to come here first. So let's put some stuff in the security guard's office. A clock is going to be a nice touch. You know I love a plant. Ooh, and we can do candles again now that we're out of the vault. Well, I guess not on the desk. Maybe we do a little table back there. We can definitely do a little plant in that corner. And let's find a little table. Who wants to bet on how long it's going to take for me to get annoyed with Professor Goodfeels? Personally, I think I could listen to him all day. Just given my tolerance for Preston's dialogue, who I know people find annoying, but Oh, I just adore him. Okay. And then let's do another like chair or bench here, because I would imagine that some people come in and they've got like their family with them. So we want somewhere while somebody's talking to the guard, you know, for like a kid or spouse to be able to sit. Something tiny. Yeah. Just like that. So somebody here can be filling out the paperwork. And let's see if there's like a wall decoration we can put here on the right side. Employees only doesn't really make sense. Employees must wash hands doesn't really make sense. I guess police like could make sense, but I don't love it. I don't hate like a safety sign. Groovy. It could be something like that. Like maybe we look at paintings. Because this would be like a decorated space. Oh, let's do a Minuteman flag. Oh. There, because this settlement is obviously aligned with the Minutemen. That's cute. Okay, so out here, or do we want any more storage in here? We don't really have room for storage. Hi, you're new. Do you want to be the guard? Cool. And since we have a guard, I think guards can be assigned to multiple things at once. Is that like... Is it like too dystopian to have a guard post right outside like this? I kind of like it because it gives him another guard post to assign himself to. Let's do that. I'll put another one here, but obviously we're using that space. Okay, so he can assign himself to those 3 things. Ooh, and we got another person right away. This is going great. Let's put another mute fruit tree down. Will this guy auto-assign himself?
Sure.
Okay, he did. Great. So I like this because this is like, I'm not considering this a guard post as much as like his outside place, so he can come stand there and like welcome people in. He can come in here and do paperwork when he needs to. We should do some more chairs out here because obviously he wouldn't be able to see everybody at once. Like there might be some people waiting. We can give them a nice bench. And then we want this to feel welcoming, you know? I don't know if a campfire behind him is the right choice, but a fire barrel. That would kind of light stuff up in the dark. There's our little entry checkpoint. This is a new guy. Hi, we'll find something for you to do. Okay. That is our entryway checkpoint welcome tent sort of deal. Let's come to this main hall. Usually I like doing this main hall as like a diner, but to be honest, I think we're going to use it as more of a town hall space for this build. We can get rid of all these wood crates. Can we scrap this door? No, we can't. And usually I scrap terminals, but because I want to keep Professor Goodfeels around, I want to keep that terminal access. There's nothing else to scrap. So I'm thinking this is like a town hall, like the town hall we did in Sanctuary. Because this is a co-op and I want to keep the essence of it being a co-op, I think it's important that the community has somewhere to gather and be heard. We can do one bench on this side like this. And then we don't need another bench on that side because of the workshop. I liked how we did the town hall and sanctuary with like people being able to sit at the front. Professor Goodfeels is just so great. Because I want the community to feel like they have a say here. I want them to be able to vote on new membership, on things like, I mean, I still don't know if taxes exist here or not, but things like taxes. We'll do 2 chairs. Trade routes. It's important that people get a say in where they live. Okay, we'll do a cabinet for some storage to kind of match what's on that side. Groovy. And then maybe the higher cabinet too. Far out. Yeah, Professor Goodfeels is really gonna add a very distinct vibe to this build that we have not had before. Filing cabinet I think also makes sense because they might have to reference like things that have happened. I forget, these filing cabinets though have the weirdest collision mesh because you can't back them up against stuff. Can we do maybe here where I won't mind that it's popping out as much? That has to be out so far. Ooh, that works. That works. Okay, cool. Because they would have like files to go through. They would have some supplies in here. What else makes sense in this town hall? Definitely another Minuteman flag. Wow, we went from the silence of Vault 88 to the like ambient music again, and Professor Goodfeels so quickly. I think we'll hear less of him as we move to different spots around here though. Maybe we did have to fight off ghouls in this location. I always like doing mounted heads that are like inspired by the thing that we had to fight to get there. So let's do a glowing one and feral ghoul head, which feels a little weird because, you know, we might have ghouls living here, but I feel like they would understand. Yeah, those will be like that. Minuteman flag there. Something here I think would be good. If I was coming to a town hall meeting, I would want refreshments, to be like really honest. Oh man, indeed. Like just a little table that we can put a like coffee pot on. That's cute. Is that too fancy feeling? I don't want to scroll all the way into the vault stuff. That feels too big. That feels too small. Something like this could be nice. A little refreshments table. Yeah.
I'm new here.
Oh, you've been waiting to talk to me. No. Do you need anything?
Did you need anything?
Thanks, but I really can't think of anything we need.
Great. I will assign you to something. I'm having the hardest time resisting the urge to not just repeat everything that the professor says. Let's do a little floor mat over here. Let's arrange it better. I get comments sometimes. You guys don't all like that I do things sort of cattywampus, but I like doing things cattywampus. Coffee. Yeah, coffee pot. Let's do 2. 3 coffee cups and a coffee tin. And are there other snacks that would make sense? Ooh, hot plate. I almost forgot about the hot plate. I love doing a hot plate under. Ooh. No, we have the other 2. Ooh, and let's do some Mr. Handy Fuel by Professor Goodfeels terminal. back here work? Yeah. There you go, bud. We'll keep you stocked up. And if we do the hot plate, and then one of these can be like on top of the hot plate to heat it up. We'll do that by hand though. Let's position these coffee cups, because I'm imagining people would rotate a schedule of whose job it is to provide things for these meetings. But coffee would be a popular one. Maybe that's just like a staple. Let's do that. I just really like thinking about the community aspect of these settlement builds. Ooh, I wasn't as close as I thought I was. Because there's so much world building in thinking about like how have these people made their little community. Okay, there's their little coffee refreshment station. Look at Preston, he's ready to talk. Oh my god, I can so imagine like us as the general and Preston coming in here to sit. Let's sit next to him. And like talking to the community and being like, hey, we set up the new refreshment station. We're looking for more farmers. Like, I didn't mean to do that. I was trying to get up. That's so cute. That's so cute. Okay. So we've got like the welcome tent. Oh, and I love that this guy is like walking around and supervising stuff. Let's give him a Minutemen
About
outfit.
that farm run by ghouls?
Yes, I have. The
I'd like to trade some
slog.
items.
Okay.
We'll make it to the slog eventually. Minutemen. Militia hat, Minuteman outfit. And let's give him some armor as well. We don't want him to be like too scary because he's also like our welcome guy when he sits in the welcome tent. Okay, cool. That's awesome. Let's keep moving and let's do this shack first. And I did make a little diagram of what I wanted to do for each of these shacks. And this one, because we're right by the like intake office. Intake was the word I was looking for, wasn't it? Okay. Whatever, we got there. Since that's like the intake office and this shack originally has these like beds in it, I think I want to keep it as a place with like multiple beds because I think it makes sense that this is like the equivalent of a hostel. Like people who are just coming through for the first time, this is where they would stay. So like think suitcases and more transient stuff. This bed is my favorite bed. I know it's I think it's a hospital bed. I don't care. I like it. I like the way it looks. Oh, is it longer than the existing one though? I guess we don't have to squeeze in the same amount. Let's try and do here. Do we have room for one more on this side? I think we do. We'll scrap the like weird looking chairs. And we'll do one more like this. So we have kind of a symmetrical layout. And the sun is already kind of setting. Now that we're back in an outside settlement, I'm aware that we don't want to let it get too dark or you guys can't see what I'm doing. I will turn on my Pip-Boy in the meantime so we can catch the rest of that sunset light. Let's do containers. Because maybe there would still be a dresser. But most people would have just like suitcases under the bed. So let's do that here. And maybe a foot locker. Just some of these like temporary storage things. And maybe a welcome mat. Because we do want this to still feel homey. Is it getting too dark? It is soon. I think we can actually leave the kitchen table if we do a chair. Yeah. This chair has the same kind of camp vibe. This shack before we started working, it really feels like a camp bunk. Let's do a painting here too, because we can't do too many like personal touches because this isn't anybody's personal home, but it would be set up to like feel comfortable. You know, something groovy. Actually, now that I've said something groovy, I'm like, this groovier painting makes more sense. How about this one? Oh, wait, could I do another one over it and then I'm not getting the texture of the wall? I can't believe that worked. Okay, everybody pretend that's just one. Because, I mean, look, if I don't layer it over it, you get the wall texture peeking through. But if you do, I'll take it. I didn't think that was going to work, but it's very cute. Okay, let's do an oil lamp on this table. And okay, we've got a dresser there. Maybe we do candles on this dresser. What else would be like nice if you're passing through, you're looking for like refuge, and maybe you have like a sister with you? What goes in this spot? We've done a little table for them to eat. Maybe a comfy chair. Just like somewhere to sit. It's not perfect and it's not personalized, but it's better than nothing. Ooh, yeah, same vibe. We'll do a little folding chair next to it so they have like kind of a conversation area, but it's mismatched, you know? Okay. That's cute. That's cute. I want something on this wall. A shelf would be nice. So let's give them a little shelf. And then we can do candles on the shelf. This isn't where candles are because we're in furniture miscellaneous, but is there anything here? I think an end table would be better there. Would a sink help? I mean, a water fountain, like, it would be nice. But I just don't believe that they would actually have plumbing in here, so I don't think so. Let's go into decorations, candles. I thought these could go on here. I thought we figured that out in the vault build. Oh, did that work? Yeah! Awesome. That's lovely. Okay. I really like this. And then let's do what I said and do a, like an end table here. And I feel like this would have a broken table lamp on it, to be honest. We're not going to put electricity in here, but just like that. That's nice. Okay. And then we have one we have one patio chair out here, and I really like that. Let's do a second. Because again, this is just kind of where people would gather. It's getting dark. Let's go ahead and sleep it off in one of... Oop, not take out our gun. Nope, nope, nope. I don't know why that was so tricky for me. Let's go ahead and sleep a solid 10 hours so we can get that sunlight back. I'm so used to building in the vault. Oh, and we're well rested. Lovely. I hear something weird. Is it rain? Did we sleep for good sunny weather? Now we've got rain? That's fine. That'll help us figure out how solid these roofs are. And actually, they look pretty solid. Okay. I feel good about this. I'm wondering if there's more we should be able to do out here. Like a, some kind of container. Like, again, because people are coming in and out of this space really frequently, that maybe there are some basics that are just kind of always in storage here for them. So if they come to the intake office and it's like they have nothing, then maybe that our guard there could be like, oh, go over to the, hostel shack and you can take some clean clothes out of the steamer trunk. That sort of thing. Okay, that's cute. Oh, should we do our numbering thing? I love numbering. I love using the little numbers. And I think this would be a good place to do it because we have these predefined houses. This is shack 1. 0, 1. Beautiful. Okay. So 0, 1, that's like our hostel, hotel, not a hotel, place to stay. Let's put down some more organized food. We can get rid of the wild potatoes because those aren't going to do anything for us. But I like that the ground is still like raised in the way that a farm would be. I think like proper potatoes that they can actually eat would be nice here. And we'll just spread them around. Hey, Professor. Anywhere that I can put something on the row, I'm gonna try and squeeze something there. I think we're gonna want 2 farmers. I would love if we could fence in the whole farm area, but we're gonna see how the size limit looks and how much time we spend on the rest of this. But that gives us enough crops that we can assign people to things. Okay, shack 2. I have in my notes I wanted this one to be the general store because we're still kind of close. Ooh, that cleaned up so much. Is there another outhouse over here? Sorry, I got distracted. We don't need a broken toilet, but we can certainly make this a more usable outhouse. I think I missed this one in my initial survey of our location here. I wonder if the barn outhouse would fit. You know what I mean? The outhouse seat? Oh, it doesn't look like it will. That's upsetting because I don't really want to put just like a broken toilet in here. But I guess that is our best option. And it'll at least be less broken than the previous one. All right. I'll take it. Some of these builds don't even have toilets, so this is a step up. Let's get rid of these trees. All of the shacks, they only have like this one entrance over here. And that bothers me because I want to be able to just jump up any way I want, but I think it's fine. Okay, so this one is already mostly furnished. We'll get rid of the broken stereo. And the sink, and the stool. And the files. This could just be a 1-person apartment. I love the way these bookcases are, though. I know they're like broken ones, but I really love the way that they separate the room. So let's do that again, but with not broken ones. And I just really like how this one is. I might change my mind on that. Somebody in the comments had this really good idea that each shack could be inspired by one of the companions. And I'm not gonna do that completely, but it did make me think, like, if somebody was our general store owner, who would it be? And I was thinking, honestly, Deacon, because he has a lot of disguises, he's got a lot of secrets. And I like the idea that one of his alter egos would be a junk dealer in somewhere like Sunshine's Tiding. Sunshine Tidings. That was hard. Can I get this close in that, like, chicken wire? Because that's what's blocking me. Is this where the rug glitch could be useful? Y'all are always commenting about the rug glitch, and I do not know how to use it. But let's try. Because if we put this on top of the rug, and then we go like this. Does this work? Oh, I think it does. Did that get us closer? No, it didn't. It didn't get us any closer than we were before. Oh! Does that look okay? I mean, it's floating. Oh, is the cabinet just, like, too high on the rug? Yeah. Okay, let's try that again. Because now it's right on it. Yeah, now it can glitch through that chicken wire. Okay. I just want to use this cabinet to kind of, like, plug up the hole in the porch. If I move the mat now, what happens? Ooh, I don't mind that that's sunk into the ground a little bit. I don't mind that at all. Okay, so let's keep that. And the person working here, they're not Deacon specifically. They're just like Deacon. You know what I mean? And with that said, maybe it doesn't make sense for them to have a roommate. I don't think that Deacon would. So I might undo what I did earlier. I feel like, because this is our general trader, that this would be kind of a gathering place. I want the campfire. So we'll just do some chairs and the campfire. And then, where is the Brahmin? Not the bathtub, the Brahmin feed. Because over here would be a good place for it. With the idea that, like, people come in near that intake tent shack, and then if you're a general trader, like if you're just coming to visit the general trader, you can park your Brahmin over here and then come over here to the trading emporium. Okay. With the idea in mind that our junk shop dealer is like a secretive guy, I really like these vines that are growing here. Let's do a little eating area, table and chairs on the porch. Oh, I would like the patio table, but we don't need a umbrella because we're sheltered on the porch. We can do something similar, like with that. And with this. And I think it's important that the eating area is outside because this person would not invite others into their house. And they would need a reasonable excuse of like, oh, let's just grab food on my patio. You don't need to come inside my house. You know? And let's do my favorite lawn flamingo here. I always like a junk dealer that has a lawn flamingo because it just seems like the type of junk that somebody would collect. Okay, outdoor area. And with what I just said, I don't want the bookcases anymore. At least not the double bookcases. Oh, that only took the Hold on. I like having a table and chairs area in like a kitchen, but that's not going to play nice for me. Ooh, why is that in yellow? Is that broken? We can scrap it and make a new one. That's fine. Let's do, actually the kitchen area wouldn't be the side with a rug, would it? Because you wouldn't want a rug under where you're eating. So maybe this is like the living area. And then this is like the kitchen area. I'm imagining this person is very secretive. So maybe they don't go to the dining hall as often. And they want their own cooking area inside. I think they would also be rich enough to like kind of pull that off. Living alone without a roommate and cooking for themselves. Let's scrap this bed. We have enough beds, yeah. And actually, they would want a bigger bed anyway. So let's find a bigger bed. Not the vault bed, but this one. Towards the front way. I think this would put their head towards that back wall. Okay, so bed. Bed like that. Rug like that. What other crafting stations can we give this Deacon-like figure? A weapons workbench? Or an arm? I like an armor workbench. Like this. Because I think they just... Ooh, I love how close we got that to the bookshelf. I think they'd have some like shadier stuff going on. Not shady in that they're gonna like cause any harm. But just... This is a person who has enough resources that they can make armor in their own house. They got secrets. They got a history. Let's do a candle on top of the bookshelf. I think we can pull that off. Is that fully floating though? A little bit. Oh! Well, that fixed it. Okay, so they have armor workbench. What about anything for display? Like maybe they've been working on... We're not going to do armorer here. So maybe this person has been working on some different armor that they can sell in the shop. And that's their excuse if anybody has a question. How does the baseball stuff look on? But also it's good for disguises. Black rimmed glasses. Let's change out the baseball uniform to be something that would raise less questions. Trench coat, visor. Ooh. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay. And then this space... If this was anybody else, I would do like a sitting area, like a conversation pit. Let's do a pistol rack here. Why not? Ooh, and an Institute pistol. Because how did they get that? That's nice. Okay. So I don't think I need a full like conversation pit, but maybe still a couch. I enjoy having a couch. Like this. And then a coffee table. I thought that was a person. That thing that we just put there. I thought it was a person. Paintings, posters. I do love a poster. I like the mass fusion poster. Boxing gym. Blast radius. Ooh, silver shroud for sure, because there's a vibe of like secrecy. And then let's do a plant. Ooh, I'm in wall decorations. What am I looking? Oh, I was in wall decorations. I got lost. I found myself. We're good. A plant that adds a little privacy to the bed. And then let's do one more candle. Right here. Okay, so this is for our junk dealer with a mysterious past who has an armor workbench for selling armor, but also maybe has a secret business, you know? Actually, I think there's a container safe that we can put in the floor. Can I put that under the bed? Yes, that's amazing. Oh, that's gorgeous. That's so perfect here. Okay, junk dealer with a mysterious past. Gorgeous. Let's do a little welcome mat, and then we will be done with them. I said that, but I'm also going to do a sale sign on the wall. Because we can. Which isn't a painting. Is it miscellaneous? It's not lettering. Sign? It is so hard to keep all these things straight. Let's do tools. And sale. Ooh, the tool sign just got totally eaten by that texture, didn't it? Where can we put this that it's visible? There we go. Tools, sale, and we'll do gun shop. That's lovely. This person's unassigned. Hey. Yeah, I buy it. Okay, you
Got it.
are going to work at the Trading Emporium. And I'm going to assign him the bed.
Okay.
Did I assign him to the plant by accident? What just happened?
Got it.
Okay. We assigned him to the general trader. And now we assign him to the bed.
Sure.
There we go. Okay. That's fine. I also, if this is a Deacon equivalent, I want somewhere for dead drops to be able to happen. Something, I guess not in furniture containers, but something like a like trash can or cigarette machine. Like that would work. I think an ice machine is going to do it for me. With the idea being, like, if he is working with the railroad or something, that can be a perfect place to, like, drop information where nobody else is really paying attention to. That's gorgeous. I'm obsessed. Okay, let's keep clearing trees and we will make it to our next shack. And this shack, this is the one with the barred off door and open back. And we have a car. Let's go ahead and scrap the car. That gives us a good amount of steel. Scrap some of these trees. They're right on the property line, so there's not a ton we can do. We can scrap this bed. We can scrap this bookcase. We can scrap this dresser. Ooh, and there's like some furniture melted into this scrap. Okay. My thinking for this is that we can't really make a house, make it into a house, but we can use it on purpose. So if we're thinking about like what in a settlement would on purpose not be exposed to the center of the settlement. I really like doing my settlements all facing a central thing. But like, why would it open in the back? And my best guess is generators, because they need power to power water pumps and stuff, but generators create toxic gas. So maybe I can fit a generator in here. Maybe. Maybe not. I could fit 2 medium ones easily. Let's do that. Let's do 2 medium ones. Because see, they produce a lot of smoke. And maybe the idea is like, we don't want people just wandering in here. We want this exposed to the fresh air. That's what I had down for this, yes? Yeah. And let's put some stuff around it that would also make sense here. And I think that would be like maintenance stuff. Like this cabinet would make sense in case somebody has to come like repair the generators. It's got a lot of tools in it. Similarly, is there like a tool chest? Yes, there is. That's perfect. Okay, that's really nice. And then we need a larger water pump. Water pump. This one has to be in water. We don't have water. So this one is going to be the best we can do. Where can we put this in a way that would still connect? This makes sense to me. Right here. Yeah, we can connect that. Let's grab power. And we'll just do like this. And that. Oh, that's lovely. And we'll connect these two, and we'll say it's for redundancy. Can I connect 2 to 1? I guess not. Oh, yes I can. Okay, great. So it's overpowered, but it's their only water source, so it's good to have redundancy here. So this is like our maintenance shack. So let's put some signs on it to make that kind of clear. Yeah, we'll do restricted area, keep out, and this would be like plumbing maintenance. Ooh, same weird texture issue. Ooh. No, right front and center, that kind of works. And a restricted area, because this isn't somewhere we want people just like playing around, you know? I guess it's not a like radioactive issue, but because there's the fumes from the generators, and that's, oop, I did not mean to grab a wire. Fumes from the generators, I'll still put a caution sign on it. We just want people to be safe. We'll do a matching one on this side. Yeah, that works. That works for me. Okay, there's our generator room. And let's do one more. I think that one up on the hill we can do. And then we might have to pause, which would leave, what was Shack 5 gonna be? Oh, I've been forgetting to do the numbers. Okay, so we had, Shack 1 was like the hostel, Shack 2 was the general trader, Shack 3 we are using for generators and water, Shack 4, Shack 5, Shack 6, the dining hall. Okay, so let's do one more shack, and then I think we have to split this into 2 parts. We can scrap some trees. You're unassigned. Scrap you. Fridge door. In the same vibe of like picking a companion to, excuse me, are you trying to talk to me? You don't need to talk to me. In the same vibe of like picking a companion as inspiration, even if it's not really a house for them. I think this one, my inspiration is going to be Piper, because I really like the idea of somebody who has a kid with them that they're looking out for. Yeah. Let's go ahead and scrap stuff in here. Get rid of this. We'll get rid of this. I guess we can't get rid of this fireplace. Congratulations. Whoever lives here, you get a nice little fireplace. And I truly love when you guys comment stuff and let me know if you're enjoying the video, if there are things you want to see. And somebody commented letting me know that their daughter really enjoys these builds and if she could have a room. And so I'm going to give her, not a full room, unfortunately, because the house is only one room, but a bed in this room, which would be in line with our Piper inspiration, I think akin to her little sister. So my idea here that these are two sisters. Okay, how do we want to split this up? This area is gross. Can we put a rug on it? Yeah, okay. It's not going to be perfect, but I'll take it. Because maybe they do get like the conversation area. I know it looks weird. But only for now. Okay. We're going to want to do 2 beds here. One for our Piper equivalent. And a smaller one for our smaller friend. Let's pop that in. And I think that we could use those bookshelves here to kind of separate these areas, with the idea being like, if you have a kid in the wasteland or a little sister or a daughter, you'd want to give them some privacy so they have their own space, because that way too, like, people aren't watching her sleep right when they walk in. Maybe we turn this and we flip this around so she has some access to shelving too. Okay. And we'll do a kitchen table next to this fireplace. It'll be cozy. And we'll do this just like these normal chairs here for them. And then decorations. Do I want decorations here? Let's do a couch first. We'll do this one. And then not the matching chair. Fortunately, not everybody is lucky enough to get matching furniture here. We'll do table. These chairs are kind of far out. I want to give us a little more square footage to play with. Oops. And then let's do some candles. Candles like that. And then also candles here. Yeah, so they have like sitting room together. We have a bed. I want to give a little, not quite a welcome mat, but like a bedside rug here so she can wipe her feetsies. And then this girl, let's give her like a nightstand. Yeah. A nightstand. And where is display? I want to do the same thing I did for the kids at, oh my God, what was the name of that settlement? Oh my gosh, the farm settlement that we did with the 2 kids. I love using a pistol rack as like a letters board. Because these letterings, they go right on top of these, and I love that. So we're gonna put some numbers, and I know our little friend here already knows her numbers, just so she can practice in the wasteland. We're gonna do Evie. This is Evie's room. And are these perfectly even? No. I'm so sorry. Is there an apostrophe? There's some punctuation here, but it's never the punctuation I need. Like, there's a period, but there's not a like dash or apostrophe. We are going to use the period as an apostrophe. These builds are so fun because you all get to see me struggle with spelling, which has never been my strong suit, truly. Evie's room. Okay. Let's give her some other letters, too. A question mark, because I don't know how to spell. Not much else you can spell with that, but we are rolling with it. Do we want more candles? Probably, because we want this to feel cozy. And actually, on that note, let's do some paintings. We're going to do the same trick we just did to try and get the painting to sit on top without those texture lines. It's not going to work now that I said it would work, huh? Oh, what you gonna do? No, we've got this overlapping cat. I'll take that. We're gonna do... Can I do like this here? Oop. I guess those were all clamped together. I'm trying again. We're gonna do these 2 cats here. Wait, did that one, will that one layer on top? That looks cute because the bigger one looks like a bigger frame. Oh, I'm keeping that. We are rolling with that, Evie. Let's see if I can do something with this dog here. No? I like the dog though. Is there more space? Can I put it on the back of the bookshelf? If I do a table beneath it, that'll look like it's propped up on the table. I would have to do it a bit lower, but hold on. Oh, maybe I can't get it that close. That works. That works for me. Oh my gosh. Let's do some plants too, because y'all know how much I love plants. We'll do candles for coziness. We'll do like this little snake plant. I always like having a snake plant closest to the bed because they're the best at air filtering. And the big potted plant here for her. So this is like a cozy little space. And actually, as I'm going with this, let's put another rug down. So she can have like the fireplace, and some paintings, some plants. And I think I have a vase on me. Ooh, I forgot I had these toys too. The Toy alien is cute. Toy rocket ship is cute. Wooden block. Let's do it. Why not? Let's do plates for her and the other one. Teddy bear. There's the bud vase I was looking for. Lots of stuff. Y'all remember the kid in the that is in the bookcase. The kid in the beach settlement that we did, and I put all of the toys in a basket, and I thought it was really cute. But the basket, that fell to the second shelf, and I don't hate that. And I thought it was really cute, but a lot of people did not like that there was, technically a basket full of fish in the kids' room. So it would bother me too, honestly. So we won't do that this time. Don't fall through the floor. You come here. There. Okay, that propped up nicely. Toy alien. I'll do like that. Can I put these plates on top if I walk them over myself? Yes. Cool. One of them gets a cleaner plate. That's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. But they match. It's a matching set. Let's do some art behind the table. And we'll let Piper pick this one out. Which I think maybe is this like farming one. How did I do that thing before with the painting? I wonder. I wouldn't be able to put it over a weapon stand. Okay. We'll just wedge it in. That's fine. And what can we do for our Piper character here? Would she want signs? Is it too on the nose to have a book sign for her? Ooh, stationery. She's just collected signs of things that she's liked. Books for her, stationery for her. I like the idea that Piper's kind of like gotten around. She has a lot of allies in weird places from weird things she solved. And so, like, if she made it to Far Harbor, she got a little buoy token. If she befriended somebody at a print shop, she got a stationery sign. Should we also give her a nightstand so she can have light? Probably. Like a little shelf. Ooh, this is a nice found piece. You know what I mean? Like, it's definitely something she would have been gifted or collected at some point in her journalistic travels. What is Piper's little sister's name? I don't remember. Let's give them some literature. Oop. I think that's in Miss. Let's do... I want something like cute for Evie. I don't know what this one is. We'll look at it. And then something good for Piper. I think Piper would learn about face paint. I wish so much that we could have more like magazines than we do. I'm going to put this in here. And then this one I'm going to put in here. Because I know, technically, I would not have all of these if I wasn't playing with cheats and stuff I've generated for myself. Like, I know that I've put Astoundingly Awesome Tales in other settlements, so I wouldn't have them again for this settlement. And I know that's not really fair. Let's do Vault Tech Lunchbox. And do I have a copy of Blast Radius? But if I could add anything to the game, I would add just a bunch of random magazines. Because people in the Wasteland have to deal with, like, the burnt ones. Like, the burnt copy. Let's do the lunchbox here. Yeah. And it's getting dark out again. So maybe we sleep before we keep going. We can do a little, like, bench out here, I think would be nice first. Like here. Yeah. And let's do some more plants out here. Yeah. Let's sleep, and then we will decorate more of the outside. And hopefully it won't be raining again when we wake up. Did I not sleep for long enough? Are we going to get up at 5:30? When does the sun come up? I guess we'll build as the sun's coming up. That's fine. Ooh, do they want a radio? No, we'll do a radio in the next house. Okay, potted plant. I like the idea that maybe our Piper character here has been assigned to farming, and so maybe she brings a lot of that, like, home. This, I know it's a fish rack. I like to think of it as like a work table for gardening. Like, when I'm repotting plants, that would be a really nice surface to have. And then similarly, let's do more plant decoration, but I'm at the edge of the workshop. We're gonna do like a little shrub using the fruit plant. I love using these as shrubs. I just think they're so cute. Okay, plant. Does this look cute? Not really. The other ones aren't as cute. No. What other decorations can we do out here? Are there any statues that feel nice? Ooh, I don't hate the idea of a lion. It feels very Piper to me. Kind of hate it. I can't tell if I hate it or not. If it was smaller, I think I would like it more. Let's leave it there for now. Just see if I can build around it. Let's give them a little grill for some outdoor cooking. That's cute. I want more plants. What do I have here? A Nuka-Cola flag. Do some more plants. Let's do an oil lamp over here so they can find their way, because we're right on the edge of the settlement. We have a potted plant. Let's do another potted plant to sort of blend this together. I really like this for them. And then if I lived up on this hill, I'd like to be able to look out over stuff. So let's do a bench here for the two of them. I know it's poking into the plants a little bit, but you can trim that back yourself. Let's do... Ooh, is that a blowfly? That is definitely a blowfly.
Always
Uh-oh.
glad
We gotta take care of that first.
What just happened?
Uh-oh. Hey. Where did it go? I don't know where it is. Is it in the house I just built? Oh, no. Gross.
Be sick.
Gross, gross, gross. Let's
No point in leaving that for the scavengers.
drag this out of the way. That's such a gross note to end on. I'm sorry. Ugh. Well, I think that about brings us to where we have to stop today anyway. So we got through our main town hall, we got through our main town hall, we got through the entry shack setup, we got through a general trader, hostel, water pump generator shack, and a little domestic unit. So that's actually pretty good progress. To go, we still have 2 shacks left and the dining area, and then maybe we'll do some extra stuff if we have time too. But I think that's it. Whoa, man. He's going to be right next to me doing this. That's perfect. Well, that is all we have for today. Thank you so much for joining me, the General of the Minutemen, as we work together to make the Commonwealth safer, one settlement at a time. I have a playlist of all the builds I've done so far. Please let me know in the comments what you thought of this one. Give me a like if you liked it. I appreciate you guys so much. Have a lovely day, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.